I was the family black sheep until the day I inherited everything and watched them all pretend they hadn't spent years calling me a criminal. I'd been in prison for 3 years, armed robbery when I was 19, stupid kid stuff that turned serious when someone got hurt. My family acted as if I had passed away. No visits, no letters, nothing. My mom would tell people I was traveling abroad, rather than admit her son was in maximum security. When I got out, I was radioactive. Couldn't get an apartment because of my record. Couldn't get a job that paid more than minimum wage. My brother Marcus, perfect son with his MBA and corner office, wouldn't let me crash on his couch. I have a reputation to protect, he said, like being near me would contaminate his life. Christmas dinner was psychological torture. They'd talk around me like I wasn't there. Marcus just bought a house in Westchester. Sarah's promotion came with a company car. Then awkward silence. When anyone remembered I existed, my dad would grunt, "How's the dishwashing job, Danny?" Pure venom disguised as concern. Last Easter, my nephew asked what Uncle Danny did for work. Before I could answer, my sister-in-law said, "Uncle Danny is taking time to figure things out. Like I was having a quarter-life crisis instead of being an ex-felon nobody would hire." The only person who treated me like a human was my cellmate's grandmother, Rosa. She'd visited him every week for 2 years, and when he got transferred, she kept visiting me. 80-year-old Puerto Rican woman who'd raised 7 kids alone and ran a bodega in the Bronx. Rosa never asked what I'd done. She'd bring me books, tell stories about her husband who'd built their building from nothing, and teach me Spanish. "Mijo," she'd say, "prison doesn't define you. What you do after defines you." When I got out, Rosa offered me a job at her bodega. Not charity, real work. Inventory, dealing with suppliers, handling books. She'd been watching me for months, testing whether I was trustworthy. The job paid nothing, but Rosa taught me everything about running a business. For 2 years, I worked 60-hour weeks, while my family assumed I was screwing up again because I never showed up to their events. They had no idea I was learning accounting, building relationships with vendors, and slowly taking over operations while Rosa battled diabetes. Rosa started calling me her business partner, which made me laugh because we sold lottery tickets and chicken nuggets to construction workers. But she was serious. She'd show me spreadsheets, profit margins, property values. This neighborhood is changing, mijo. Smart money sees what others don't. When Rosa passed away last month, I thought I'd be homeless again. Her kids lived in Florida and California, had no interest in a corner bodega. I figured they'd sell it and I'd be back dishwashing. Rosa's lawyer called me to his office in Manhattan. Fancy place with marble floors that made me feel like I was about to get arrested. He handed me documents that made no sense. Rosa had left me the bodega, the 3-story building, and 2 other properties she'd quietly bought. The buildings alone were worth $2.4 million, and the business was pulling in more profit than I'd realized. She'd been planning this for months, restructuring everything to bypass her kids who'd never visited. There was a letter in Rosa's handwriting. "Danny, you chose to change when changing was hard. My family chose comfort over courage. Take care of our neighborhood. Word travels fast." Within days, everyone knew. My phone exploded with calls from relatives who treated me like a disease. Marcus suddenly wanted to grab lunch and catch up. My sister-in-law asked if I needed help managing my assets. My mom called crying, saying she'd always believed in my potential, and maybe I could invest in Marcus's startup idea. Same woman who'd lied about where I was for 3 years wanted to be partners. Most disgusting was my dad. He showed up at the bodega wearing a suit, trying to give me business advice, like he'd invented real estate. "Son, I think we should discuss your portfolio diversification strategy. I'm keeping Rosa's business exactly as it is. Same lottery tickets, same chicken nuggets, same construction workers, but I'm also buying the building next door and turning it into affordable housing, because Rosa taught me that real wealth means lifting up your neighborhood. My family keeps calling, but I've learned something in prison they'll never understand. Blood doesn't make you family. Loyalty does."